Hello, and thank you for downloading this short memory rewrite. Sometimes there are things that happen to us that just stick with us for longer than they should. Sometimes those events become a part of our identity. Sometimes they affect how we feel. And over time, they can start to affect our mental health on a daily basis. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on a bad memory that's been playing in your head and making you feel not so great. And cleaning up how your brain stores past events is the first step we'll take together to get you to where you want to be. For this session, I want you awake and sitting up if possible. This process works best when you're alert and able to fully connect with what's going on within you. So I don't recommend doing it while you're working, cleaning, or driving. Give me your full attention. I also don't recommend doing it around anyone. If possible, be alone so you're not self-conscious. Before we start, let's set up a few basic understandings and rules so you can get the most out of this recording. Rule number 1. Do not work on a significant big T trauma right now. There are reasons for this, but in short, for some memories you need people there to help pull you out. And because this is a recording, I obviously can't do that. You've probably heard of the emotional intensity scale. If 1 is a noticeable blip, but no big deal, and 10 is the worst possible memory you could ever have, I want you to find a memory no higher than a 7. If you have one already locked and loaded, keep listening. If you don't, hit pause and come back when you're ready. I'm sure you can find something. Rule number 2. I need you to have 1 to 3 really good memories standing at the ready when I ask you to think of them. If you've been having issues for a bit, you might have trouble finding one. That's okay. I imagine you have a few things you'd like to do, or places you'd like to go, or would like to go someday soon. Whatever it is, or wherever you go in your mind, engage all of your senses when I ask you to do so. Engage all of them anytime I ask you to go to a happy memory. And here's the fun thing about happy memories. No one will ever know if you make them better in your mind. If you had a great vacation, but it could have been a little better, make it a little better. The thought police don't exist. No one is going to correct you. Now, there's no need to write any of them down. You know what they are. Just have them ready. And just as before, if you need to hit pause right now to search your mind, that's fine. Go ahead and do so. Next, I may ask you to tap on yourself for reasons that have nothing to do with EFT. I'll tell you where to tap once we're going, but if you don't tap exactly where I tell you, it's not terribly important. But the points I recommend do have some therapeutic value for your nervous system. Lastly, when you tap, or when I ask you to do something else, whatever that thing is, do not focus any part of your awareness on the memory you're working on. Just follow my lead, and you're going to start noticing changes today. So, go to the memory when I tell you to go there, and come out when I tell you to come out. Let's get to work. So you've got your bad memory held at arm's length, and your good memories waiting nearby, ready to swoop in when I tell you to remember them. Notice how your bad memory bothers you. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and feel it for the last time. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt. Notice how strong it is. How strong is it? 0, you can't feel it. 10, it's really strong. make it stronger. Because the stronger you make it, the faster it goes away. Now wait a minute. If you were to imagine a siren going off, and I turned off all the power to that siren, what naturally happens to the sound of a siren when the siren has no power? That's right. It fades away. Tap in between your eyes and say, we are eliminating all sadnesses, all fears, all traumas. Tap to the side of your eye, near your temple. We are eliminating all judgments, all abandonments, all betrayals. Tap underneath your eye. We are eliminating all angers, all resentments, all guilts. Tap at the top of your chest to the side of your sternum. And we are eliminating all helplessness and hopelessness, all rejections, all feelings of no control. And we are eliminating everything else. That's right. Let it all go. Now grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Now go back to your memory. Notice how it bothers you. Tap between your eyes again and say out loud, say to yourself, I let this go. Inside of your eye, I'm ready to let this go. Bottom of your eye, it's time to let this go. Top of your chest, as I let this go, my whole world changes. Grab your wrist and say peace. Now go to one of your happy memories, whichever one you feel most called to right now. See what you saw, feel what you felt, hear what you heard. Notice what makes it good. Notice where in your body you can feel it when you think about it. Where can you feel good feelings when you think of your happy memory? Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Now go back to your bad memory. Notice how things have already started to change. Notice what's still left. Be there. You're there right now. Got it? Good job. Now tap. Focus only on the feeling of your fingers as we tap. You're not thinking of the memory. Tap between your eyes and say, I let this go. Side of the eye. I let this go. Underneath your eye. I let this go. Top of your chest. It's safe to let this go. And when I do, my whole world changes. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Okay, back to your happy memory. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt. Notice where in your body you can feel those feel-good feelings. And as you notice where you can feel those feel-good feelings in your body, not the memory, but the feelings in your body are spinning. Notice which direction they're spinning. And if you don't know, make it up. You're always right. And as you notice which direction those feel-good feelings are spinning, notice they spin faster, stronger, bigger, stronger, faster, big. Okay, good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Look at the face of the other person in the memory. Now, if they weren't there at the time, imagine what that face was. Look at the face of the other person in the memory. What's their expression? Notice how their expression bothers you. And tap between your eyebrows. This face, whatever it means, side of your eye. Whatever I've made this face mean. Tap at the bottom of your eye. I let it go. Grab your wrist and say peace. Now, look at that face again. Notice what you see. Look up at the ceiling and smile as big as you've ever smiled before and say, Pavarotti rode his Maserati promptly to the party in Lombardy. Say it 5 times fast. Pavarotti rode his Maserati promptly to the party in Lombardy. Good job. Grab your wrist and say peace. Look at that face again. Look at that face. Notice how it's changing. Now, was something said to you that you didn't like? If nothing was, imagine what people were thinking and hear them say. But I imagine something was said. Notice where it was said. Where in your mind can you hear it being said? Is it right in front of you? Is it to your left, to your right, behind you? Where can you hear that voice coming from? Close your eyes and actually physically point to where you can hear it. All right, good. Now, what I want you to now think of is someone that makes you laugh and smile whenever you think of that person. Could be a cartoon character, a comedian, an actor, friend, family member. Doesn't matter who it is, just as long as when you think of them, they make you smile. For example, my favorite comedian these days is Cat Williams, but I'm also a fan of old school Bugs Bunny, Curly from the Three Stooges, Beavis and Butthead. I'm not exactly a highbrow literature kind of guy, in case you haven't noticed. But anyway, you've watched, or you have someone in your life that is able to make you laugh. Find that person in your mind and notice where you can hear their voice. Notice which direction you can hear them when you imagine them talking. And just as before, actually physically point to where you can hear them. Okay, good. Now, what I want you to do now is I want you to move in your mind that funny person to where you can hear that thing that was said to you by that person in the bad memory. So move that funny person in your mind where you can hear that person say that bad thing to you. And have that funny person say the exact same thing to you. Hear it in their voice. Hear how they would say it. See the expression on their face as they would say it to you. And let it amuse you. Do that right now. Okay, good job. Do it one more time. Okay, that's right. One more time. Good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Now have that original person say that thing to you again. And notice how it probably doesn't bother you as much right now. But all the same, notice how it still bothers you, and focus on that feeling. Focus on it. Focus on it, and come out. Tap between your eyes and say, I let this go. To the side of your eye, I let this go. Underneath your eye, I let all of this go. Top of your chest. It's safe to let this go. And as I do, my whole world shifts, changes, and transforms for the better. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Go to your happy memory. See what you saw. Feel what you felt. And hear what you heard. Notice what makes it good. Be there right now. Notice where in your body you can feel those feel-good feelings. And as you notice where in your body you can feel those feel-good feelings, I want you to notice that the feelings, not the memory, but the feelings in your body, notice that they're spinning once more. And as you notice which direction they're spinning, notice that they spin faster, bigger, stronger, faster, bigger. Let them encompass you. And move those feel-good feelings to the part of you that needs them right now. Good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Notice how it's changed. Notice what hasn't changed yet. Now come out and focus your mind on tapping. Tap anywhere on your body and say, whatever this means, whatever I feel, whatever I believe it means, I let it all go. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Now, I want you to focus on what happened. What did you see? What did you experience? And notice how it bothers you. Let it bother you. All right, come out and tap, this time between your eyes, whatever this means to me, however it bothers me, side of your eye, however I feel it, underneath your eye, however I think it has changed me, I let it go. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Go back to your happy memory and be there. Feel it in your body. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, and notice what makes it good. You're there right now. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. All right, look at what happened again. Notice how it's changing. Notice how it bothers you. And come out. I want you to name a band for every letter of the alphabet. I'll help you start. AC/DC, B-52s, keep going. All right, grab your wrist and say peace. Look at what happened again. How's it going? How does it bother you? Notice what's still there. Notice what's changing. And let's come out and tap. Tap between your eyes and say, whatever this event means to me, however I feel it, whatever I notice about it, side of your eye, all the sensations, bottom of your eye, I let it all go. Top of your chest. And as I do, my whole world changes. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Okay, now look at your face in the memory. Look at your face in the memory. What does your face look like? Are you hurt? Are you frightened? Are you angry? Notice whatever your face is. And if you're not sure, make it up. Okay, now come out and tell me what 4 to the third power is. What's 4 times 4 times 4? If that's easy to you, tell me what 4 to the sixth power is. But for the rest of us, what's 4 times 4 times 4? Okay, good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Look at your face again. Notice how it's changing. Notice what's still there. And hey, where can you find an ocean but no water? Think about it. An ocean without water. Where can you find this place? There's only one answer I can think of, and that's a map. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Go to your happy memory. See what you saw, feel what you felt, hear what you heard, be there. feel those feel-good feelings in your body. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Okay, one last time. Look at your face. Look at your face. How's your face doing? Okay, now look around your room, and I want you to find as many circles as you can find. I bet you can find more than 5 if you try. Now, but if you have like 1,000 on your curtains, don't let that one count. Look somewhere else. Good job. Grab your wrist and say peace. Now, I want you to go to the other person's body. Go to the other person's body and see you from their perspective and feel what you think they felt that day. What did they think about you? What did they feel about you? Notice how it bothers you and come out. Say 5 times fast. I slit a sheet I slit, and upon this slitted sheet I sit. I slit a sheet I slit, and upon this slitted sheet I sit. 5 times fast. Good job. Grab your wrist and say peace. Now, what do you notice and see when you're in their body? Go back and look. Go back and look. What do you notice? Right, tap between your eyes. I let this go. Tap to the side of your eye. Whatever I think they thought about me, I let this go. Bottom of your eye. Whatever I feel when I'm in their body, I let that go. Top of your chest. I let all of this go. And as I do, my whole world shifts, changes, and transforms for the better. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Go to your happy memory. Engage all of your 5 senses. Be there. You're there right now. And feel how good it is. Grab your wrist and say peace. One more time. Go back in their body. Feel it. Feel how it bothers you. What did they think about you? Feel it. All right? And come out. What's 17 times 17? Been trying to figure this out for ages. What's 17 times 17? Try to figure it out. Maybe do 10 times 17 and then 7 times 17. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know. Good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Now, watch the memory as if you are a fly on the wall. Imagine you can see the scene unfold in front of you. You can see yourself. You can see the other person. Notice how it bothers you when you watch the scene unfold. All right, come out, tap between your eyes. Whatever I experienced that day, side of your eye. Whatever was said to me, bottom of your eye. Whatever I felt, whatever I experienced, top of your chest, I let it go. This memory has served its purpose. It's free to move on. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Okay, watch it again. You're like a fly on the wall. You're watching yourself, you're watching the other person, you're watching it all happen again. Notice how it bothers you. Notice any sensations you have in your body as you watch it. And come out, tap between your eyes. Whatever I experienced that day, side of your eye. Whatever was said to me, bottom of your eye. Whatever I felt, tap the top of your chest. I let it go. This memory has served its purpose. It's free to move on. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. Go to one of your happy memories. Be there. See what you saw, feel what you felt, and hear what you heard. Smell the smells. Taste the tastes. And add them if they're not there. make this good memory even better. Good job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Okay, let's do a quick ecology check. What's the emotional intensity right now? Has it gone down? Is it a 2? Is it a 1? Is it maybe a 0? It's probably gone down a little bit. Let's see if your brain will allow you to change a few things. Was it really bright in the memory? If so, make it dimmer. Turn off a few lights. If it was dark, add a few. Maybe make it happen during the day. If you have pets, try adding a pet to the memory. Have them be there with you. Feel their fur in your hand as you interact with this other person. Maybe add a best friend or a family member if it feels appropriate. If you have a favorite movie, maybe have it playing in the background. Good job. Grab your wrist and say peace. Go to one of your happy memories again. Be there right now. Good job. Grab your wrist and say peace. Notice how this memory feels now. And if you feel like it would help, feel free to rewind and go through this process again and see if you can get it down to a 0. But if the memory is really low already, let's start changing the story to something completely different. You can change the story to whatever you want. Maybe instead of having that person say that thing to you, that person said something completely nice. Maybe you didn't even interact with that person that day. Maybe you hung out with your friends. Maybe you went out to a movie. There are no rules. You can change the story so that it's exactly how you would prefer it had happened that day. But I will give you one rule. Do not inflict pain or misery upon the person that hurt you that day. Right now, it's unlikely that person is even with you. He or she's just a character in your mind. So if you were to inflict pain or misery upon this person, what would you be doing? You would just be inflicting pain and misery on yourself. Okay? Throw fireballs at them, and all you're doing is throwing fireballs at yourself. So if you're still angry at that person, but the memory in question is down to a 0, change the memory completely so that that person isn't even a character in it right now. More work is probably needed in regards to this person, but for right now, just take them out of the equation, okay? And just let this memory that you just worked on, be at a happy place. And as with your happy memories, I want you to engage all of your senses, even if it's just a minor smell, such as the smell of freshly cut grass, or a minor taste, such as the taste of mint gum. Put them in there. Engage all of your senses. I'm going to give you some time right now to create something that makes you feel good when you think about it. Do that now. Create a story that you wish had happened that day. Okay, good. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, blow it all away, and say peace. Now, replay the new happy memory again, but make it a little better. I'm going to give you time to do that right now. Make it just a little bit better. Okay, good job. Grab your wrist and say peace. One more time. Make it even better, even better. Make that memory so good, they want to turn a movie out of it. Make that memory even better right now. All right, great job. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath in, and say peace. As you move forward, I want you to rehearse your rewrite a few times a day for a week to give it plenty of time to lock in. And so, after a week, when you think of this memory, what are you going to find? You're going to find your rewrite. Now, obviously, I don't know anything about what your memory was. If I had had specifics, the process probably would have been a little faster and even more thorough. What you just did is just a small sample of how we can begin to change things within you. But changing memories is just step one. If you noticed a shift, even a small one, that's exactly what we're going to build upon in our sessions. It's where we can go deeper and change patterns that have been on repeat for years, if not decades. Use the link below to schedule a call, and we'll map out exactly what is still running and how we can change it. Good work today.